Thank you very much. You may resume your seats. Thank you very much, honorable members. I noticed quite a few of you are fanning yourselves. I've just indicated to the ushers to make sure that the aircon is switched on for a little while at least. Good afternoon, honorable delegates. I welcome you to this sitting of the House. I'd just like to inform honorable delegates that the chairperson, honorable chairperson, is writing exams, so she won't be here today and tomorrow. And House Chairperson Ryder is attending a meeting of the parliamentarians with disabilities for the next 3 days, so you won't be joining us also. Having said that, honorable delegates, I'd like to remind delegates that rules, in particular sub-rules 21, 22, and 23 of Rule 103 would apply. Honorable delegates have been informed that there'll be no notices of motions or motions without notice. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to the first order, that is the consideration of the Division of Revenue Bill B5 of 2026, which is a Section 76 bill, and the report of the Select Committee on the appropriations thereon, which was ATC'd on the 20th of May 2026. I now call upon the Honorable Lekwase, the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Appropriations, to present the report for 10 minutes.
Honorable Deputy Chairperson of the NCOP, honorable members, permanent and special delegates here today, fellow South Africans, good day. Honorable Deputy Chairperson, it is my honor to table before this House the report on the Division of Revenue, which is Bill 5 of 2026, on behalf of the Select Committee on Appropriations. Despite objections raised by the MKP, the report was adopted by the committee on the 20th of May 2026. Financial distressed municipalities. The National Treasury and COGTA should strengthen municipal revenue management, conditional grant oversight, and accountability mechanisms through improved billing system, credible indigent registers, performance-based incentives, and enhanced in-year monitoring. The National Treasury and COGTA and sector departments should strengthen municipal capacity, project management, and oversight of implementing agencies, including the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure and DBSA, to improve infrastructure delivery, reduce underspending, and ensure value for money. We further recommended that the National Treasury, together with the Department of Water and Sanitation and Corporate Governance, should review water-related grants and infrastructure funding to address fragmentation, strengthen maintenance, reduce non-revenue water, and improve long-term service delivery sustainability. National Treasury should review and update the provincial and local government equitable share formulas to better respond to demographic shifts, poverty, urbanization, climate-related costs, and service delivery pressures using updated and credible data. We further recommended that National Treasury and COGTA should review the increasing use of indirect conditional grants and allocations outside the provincial equitable share formula to strengthen transparency, accountability, municipal capacity, and equitable intergovernmental fiscal relations. National Treasury, together with COGTA and provincial governments, should address unfunded mandates imposed on municipalities, including the verification of municipal expenditure on functions assigned to other spheres of government and the development of appropriate reinvestment and funding mechanisms. We further recommended to National Treasury that them, together with DPME and COGTA and other sector departments, should strengthen intergovernmental planning, budgeting, coordination, and integrated performance monitoring to improve alignment between expenditure and service delivery outcomes across all spheres of government. The National Treasury and the Department of Health should review health infrastructure and rural health funding, particularly in underperforming provinces, to strengthen accountability, contract management, frontline services, and equitable healthcare delivery. National Treasury should also, together with the DTIC and other relevant departments, review the BBEE procurement premiums and regulatory compliance burdens affecting SMEs to ensure cost-effective empowerment, improve value for money, and more supportive environment for enterprise growth. We further recommended that National Treasury, together with COGTA and SALGA, should strengthen institutional protection, professionalism, and support for municipal finance and internal audit officials to safeguard fiscal discipline and improve governance. Lastly, we recommended to National Treasury and the Department of Basic Education that they should assess the sustainability of the Basic Education Employment Initiative and related education support programs to strengthen youth employment and learning outcomes in underserved communities. In conclusion, Chair, let me take this opportunity to thank all members of the committee, the stakeholders, the media houses, the committee staff for their contribution throughout the process. The committee therefore recommends to this House that the House adopts this bill without amendments. Thank you, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lekwase, for that report. Honorable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the bill be agreed to. But before we proceed, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their declarations in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish, for 3 minutes. Are there any provinces that would like to make declarations? I see Free State and Western Cape. Okay, we'll start with Honorable Hadebe.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairperson of the NCOP, the Chief Whip, esteemed permanent and special delegates of the NCOP, local government representatives, and fellow South Africans. I rise on behalf of the Free State Province to place on record the province position on the Division of Revenue Bill 5 of 2026. The Free State Province welcomes the overall increase in both provincial and local government equitable share and conditional grants for 26-27 financial year. This provides some relief for the province to address ongoing service delivery pressures. The provincial equitable share has increased to 36.7 billion which is about 4.22% above the inflation rate. And also what is important, the municipality equitable share stands at 6.4 billion rand for Free State municipalities, an increase of 222 million rand. The provincial grant allocation stands at 9 billion rands. The increased funding provides some relief, some fiscal space for the province to respond to service delivery pressures. The province acknowledges the positive adjustment to the equitable share for both the Free State provincial government and its municipalities. This increase will not only provide for aid for the province to address ongoing service delivery challenges, but will also assist in maintaining basic services and supporting core provincial functions. The province notes the continued support through conditional grants across the key sectors such as health, education, transport, human settlements, agriculture, and public works. What is noteworthy is the substantial increase to the Early Childhood Development Grant. This is a positive intervention that will strengthen access to early learning and support child development in the province. Honorable members, while we acknowledge the overall increase in the equitable share, the Free State province has concerns regarding the reduction of key conditional grants. The education infrastructure grant has been decreased by 0.5%. This decrease comes at a time when many schools in the province are plagued with safety challenges and still require urgent infrastructure repairs, upgrades, and backlogs. The Human Settlements Development Grant and Informal Settlements Upgrading Partnership Grant has been decreased by 6.4% and 30% respectively. The reduction to these grants will further constrain the province's ability to address the housing backlog and improve conditions in informal settlements. This risks the slowing down progress in areas where the province is already under pressure. Honorable members, in the spirit of cooperative governance and in pursuit of our shared developmental objectives, the Free State province supports the division of revenue bill in principle. We appreciate the increase to the equitable share and early childhood development. We commit to ensuring that the allocated resources are efficiently and transparently used to improve the lives of the poorest of the poor. We further commit to ensuring
Thank you very much,
increased
Honorable
equitable
Radebe.
share
Your
and
time has
funding are
expired.
spent in line with our needs. The Free State supports.
Thank you very
Good day.
much. I now call upon Honorable Badenost.
Deputy Chairperson, the 2026 Division of Revenue Bill reveals deep structural weaknesses within South Africa's intergovernmental fiscal framework and will continue to place severe pressure on provincial budgets and service delivery across all 9 provinces. Central to these concerns is the growing mismatch between fiscal allocations and the realities faced by provinces and municipalities, particularly in relation to poverty, demographic shifts, urbanization, and rural service delivery pressures. The current provincial and local government equitable share formulas rely on outdated or incorrect assumptions and data, resulting in allocations that do not adequately reflect current population trends, infrastructure demands, climate-related costs, or levels of deprivation. Provinces with deep structural poverty and rapidly growing populations remain particularly vulnerable under the existing allocation model. Persistent municipal financial distress continues to undermine provincial development outcomes. Weak revenue collection systems, outdated billing infrastructure, poor indigent management, and rising municipal debt levels severely constrain local government's ability to deliver basic services. Municipalities are carrying approximately 30 billion rand annually in unfunded mandates on behalf of national and provincial government, diverting scarce resources away from core service delivery responsibilities. Serious concerns must be raised regarding the effectiveness of conditional grants. Weak planning, underspending, duplication of grants, poor project management capacity, and inadequate oversight continue to result in delayed or incomplete infrastructure projects, particularly in the health, water, and municipal infrastructure sectors. Current grant structures fail to reward good performance or enforce accountability for underperformance sufficiently. The Minister and National Treasury should resolve these serious issues, if we want provincial budgets that grow provincial economies and create much-needed jobs. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Badenost. Since there were no other declarations from other provinces, we shall now proceed to the voting on the question, and now I call upon provinces to cast their votes When called upon, heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. Shall start with Eastern Cape.
Deputy Chairperson and honorable members, the Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nokonyana. Free State.
Honorable Deputy Chairperson, the Free State vote in favor of the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Adebe. Gauteng.
Honourable Deputy Chairperson, Gauteng votes in favour.
Thank you very much. KwaZulu-Natal.
Greetings, Deputy Chair. The province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in support.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Honorable Deputy Chair, on behalf of Limpopo Province, we vote in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Deputy Chair and honorable members. Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you. Northern Cape.
Greetings, Deputy Chair and members. The province that is consistent votes in favor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Northwest.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. Northwest vote in favor.
Thank you. Western Cape.
The Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I am happy to announce that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the bill agreed to in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you very much, Chief Whip. Honorable delegates, we now proceed to the second order, and that is the consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Appropriations on the oversight visit to the Health Facility Revitalization Grants Project in Northwest Province, dated 20th of May 2026, which was ATC'd on the 20th of May 2026. I now once again call upon the Honorable Ekwase to present the report of the Select Committee on Appropriations for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. Allow me once again to present this time a report on the oversight visit taken by the Select Committee on Appropriations to the Northwest on the Health Facility Revitalization Grant, and the oversight report was tabled and adopted by the committee on the 20th of May, and we further noted the objection by the MKP. The committee derives its oversight mandate from Section 55, subsection 2B of the Constitution, which requires Parliament to oversee the expenditure of public funds and ensure accountability in the use of state resources. In addition, the Money Bills Amendment Procedure and Related Matters Act empowers Parliament to monitor budget implementation and evaluate service delivery performance. It is within this constitutional and legislative framework that the committee conducted an oversight visit to the Northwest Province from the 21st to the 24th of October 2025 to assess the implementation and impact on the Health Facility Revitalization Grant expenditure. Honorable Chairperson, the Health Facility Revitalization Grant is intended to strengthen healthcare infrastructure through the construction, upgrading, and refurbishment of hospitals, clinics, community health centers, and training institutions. The grant also seeks to address historical infrastructure backlog and support the broader objectives of national health insurance. The committee notes that the grant was identified as an unresolved matter in the 6th Parliament Legacy Report due to persistent delays, infrastructure failures, escalating costs, and weak implementation across provinces. These long-standing concerns necessitated continued parliamentary oversight and accountability. During the oversight visit, the committee assessed 4 strategic healthcare infrastructure projects in the province, namely the Mabato Nursing College, Bophelong Psychiatric Hospital, Makazenzile Clinic, and Potchefstroom Hospital Casualty Ward upgrade. The purpose of the oversight visit was to verify progress on site, assess the credibility of reported information, identify risks relating to corruption and project failure, expose weaknesses in contract and project management, and determine whether public funds are allocated through the grant were delivering value for money and tangible improvement in the healthcare infrastructure. Honorable Deputy Chair, the committee observed recurrent systemic weaknesses across the projects visited, including poor planning, weak project management, fragmented coordination, escalating costs, poor workmanship, inadequate consequence management, and weak financial oversight. These weaknesses continue to undermine the effective delivery of critical healthcare infrastructure in the province. At the Mabatu Nursing College project, the committee found that the project remained significantly behind schedule. Despite several revised completion dates, the delays were linked to poor planning, contractor failures, weak project management, design changes, and inadequate oversight by the Northwest Department of Health. The committee further observed incomplete ICT infrastructure, exposed electrical wiring, poor workmanship, escalating costs arising from variation orders, and excessive reliance on consultants due to weak internal technical capacity within the department. Concerns also were raised regarding the discrepancies in expenditure reporting, shortages of teaching equipment, instability in staffing and leadership, and the absence of the comprehensive operational readiness plan for the college. Honorable Deputy Chairperson, at the Bophelong Psychiatric Hospital project, the committee remained deeply concerned about the continued delays and weak implementation. Although completion timelines had already been revised from June 2026 to December 2026, the committee was not convinced that the revised deadline would be achieved. The committee observed poor workmanship, repeated rework, weak contractor management, escalating variation orders, poor alignment between expenditure and actual progress on site, fragmented coordination between the department and the provincial treasury. The committee was particularly concerned that the contractor activity on site during the oversight visit appeared to have been staged to create an impression of progress. This raised serious concern regarding transparency and credibility of reporting and accountability for project implementation. The committee therefore recommended the submission of an independently revised and verified recovery plan, strengthened contractor oversight, stricter disciplinary and contractual action against underperforming officials and service providers, and improved financial and quality control systems. Given the seriousness of the concerns identified, the committee further recommended that the aspects of the matter be referred to the Auditor General of South Africa for consideration of further investigation, including whether referral of the Special Investigation Unit or Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation may be warranted. At the Makazenzile Clinic project, the committee observed repeated delays and escalating costs caused by contractor inefficiency, weak project management, poor coordination, and recurring community disruptions. The committee remained concerned that the surrounding communities continue to rely on overcrowded and poorly equipped temporary mobile facilities while awaiting completion of the permanent clinic. This undermines dignified access of healthcare services and negatively affects vulnerable patients who remain exposed to difficult weather conditions in this adequate temporary structure. The committee therefore recommends stronger coordination between implementing stakeholders, improved quality assurance and financial controls, urgent improvement of temporary healthcare facilities, and the submission of geotechnical verification reports confirming the long-term structural sustainability of the site. The committee also recommended that the department assess the feasibility of expanding the clinic into a 24-hour healthcare facility supported by modern digital patient record system. Honorable Deputy Chair, regarding the Potchefstroom Hospital Casualty Ward upgrade, the committee noted visible progress on site, whether the project remained approximately 1 year behind schedule due to procurement bottlenecks, weak supervision, contractor inefficiencies, and poor project coordination. Additional concerns were raised regarding the absence of original engineering drawings for old hospital structure, which created technical and integration challenges during implementation. The committee therefore recommends strengthened contractor oversight, improved supply chain management, urgent alignment between operational readiness and construction progress, the development of a comprehensive maintenance and sustainability plan to protect the long-term functionality of this facility. Honorable Chairperson, beyond the individual projects visited, the committee identified broader systemic governance weaknesses affecting infrastructure delivery across the province. This included weak feasibility studies, inadequate project planning, fragmented interdependent departmental coordination, excessive reliance on consultants, recurring workmanship defects, weak stakeholder engagements, and inadequate consequence management. The committee observed that what appears to be a growing culture of complacency regarding infrastructure delivery and accountability within the province. They contributed to delays, escalating costs, and repeated rework, the poor value for money in the implementation of critical healthcare infrastructure programs. Given the seriousness and recurring nature of the findings, the committee further recommended that the Auditor General, National Treasury, and the Special Investigating Unit conduct a broader forensic review of health facility revitalization grant-funded projects in the Northwest Province from 2020 to 2025. The committee also emphasized the importance of stronger monthly milestone-based reporting to Parliament to ensure that oversight translates into measurable accountability and improved service delivery outcomes. Honorable Deputy Chairperson, I wish to thank all committee members once again, National Treasury, the Provincial Treasury, Provincial Department of Health, Auditor General of South Africa, PBO, and other stakeholders, the healthcare workers and communities, for being part of this oversight and not forgetting the support staff of the committee. We therefore recommend to the House to adopt the report. Thank you very much, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much once again, Honorable Kwase. Honorable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted. But before we proceed, I will allow provinces the opportunity to make declarations in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish to, for 3 minutes. Are there any provinces that would like to make declarations? I don't see any hands, and therefore we shall proceed to the voting. And when called upon, heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. I'll start with the Western Cape.
Western Cape will support.
Thank you. Honorable Barnos, Northwest.
Bokoni Biphirima will support.
Thank you, Honorable Tlamini. Northern Cape.
We are in favor, we support. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mabilo. Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga support.
Thank you, Honorable Sibande. Limpopo.
Thanks, Chair. Limpopo support. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Makwele. KwaZulu-Natal.
Sekela sihlalo sifundazwe KwaZulu-Natal sawuseka umbiko.
Iyabonga kakhulu, Honorable Billy. Gauteng.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Gauteng supports.
Thank you, Honorable Duplessis. Free State.
Sekela sihlalo iprovince yase-Free State yawusekela lo mbiko.
Iyabonga. Honorable Adebe, thank you. Eastern Cape.
Osehlalweni amalungu abekileyo iphondo lengqwele ibamba ngazo zozibini siyawuxhasa umbiko.
Thank you very much. The voting is now closed, honorable delegates, and I can announce that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we shall now move on to the 3rd and 4th orders. And although these orders will be reported on jointly, the voting will take place separately on each of these orders. And that is, the 3rd order is the consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency on the Portfolio Committee on Transport recommendation of preferred nominees for appointment to the Aviation Safety Investigation Board dated 7th of May 2026, ATC'd on the 8th of May 2026. And the second report is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency on the Portfolio Committee on Transport's recommendation of preferred nominees for appointment to the Transport Economic Council dated 7th May and was ATC'd on the 8th of May 2026. Honorable members, I now call upon the Honorable Barnos, the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency, to present the committee's reports for 10 minutes.
Chair, thank you very much. I'll take less than 10 minutes. If you can ask the staff to just turn down the air conditioner. It's very hot in this room. Everybody's getting the flu, and it's good conditions for us to get sicker.
Yeah, they've already attended to that.
Thank you very much.
It should get a bit cooler. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honourable Chair, it's my privilege to report the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure, the Minister and the Presidency, having exercised its consultative role in terms of the rules of Parliament and having considered the process followed by the Portfolio Committee on Transport in recommending preferred nominees for the appointment to the Aviation Safety Investigation Board. And we report as follows. Section 15(2)(d) and E of the Civil Aviation Amendment Act 2021, which is Act number 22 of 2021, places a statutory obligation on the Minister of Transport to submit shortlisted nominations for the appointment to the ASIP to the Parliament for consideration. In correspondence dated 29 April 2026, the Portfolio Committee on Transport formally apprised the Select Committee on the process it undertook in the interviewing, screening and evaluation of candidates, confirming alignment with the prescripts of the Act. The correspondence further invoked National Assembly Rule 167E, which provides for inter-house consultation between committee structures in the execution of the respective mandates. The request for Parliament to engage with the shortlisted candidates for appointment as members of the ASIB, as contemplated in Section 15(2)(e) of the Civil Aviation Act 2009, Act number 13 of 2009, as amended, was formally referred to the Select Committee through announcements, tablings, and committee reports, the ATC number 75 of 2026, dated Monday, the 4th of May 2026. At its meeting on the 7th of May 2026, the Select Committee was briefed on the process undertaken by the Portfolio Committee on Transport, measured against the applicable legislative and procedural requirements. Having been duly consulted, the Select Committee records that the Portfolio Committee exercised its responsibilities in a manner consistent with the provisions of the Act, the rules of Parliament, and established parliamentary practice in respect of public appointments. The Select Committee accordingly affirms that the process followed to recommend preferred nominees for the appointment to the ASIB to the Minister of Transport, compliant with relevant legal requirements and rules of Parliament. That's our first report to be considered, Honourable Chair. The second report is recommendation of preferred nominees for appointment to the Transport Economic Council. In the committee meeting of 7th of May 2026, the Select Committee was briefed on the process undertaken by the Portfolio Committee against the requirements of the Act. Having been consulted by the Portfolio Committee, the Select Committee reports that it notes that the Portfolio Committee had complied with the requirements of the Act in the process followed to recommend preferred nominees for appointment to the TEC, to the Minister. The Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency, having considered the process undertaken by the Portfolio Committee on Transport in recommending preferred nominees for appointment to the Transport Economic Council, the TEC, reports as follows. Section 47(3) of the Economic Regulation of Transport Act 6 of 2024 requires the Minister of Transport to submit shortlisted nominations for appointment to the Transport Economic Council to the relevant Portfolio Committee of the Assembly, which must, in consensus-seeking manner, consult the corresponding Select Committee in the National Council of Provinces. In correspondence dated 18 of March 2026, the Portfolio Committee on Transport outlined the process followed in the interviewing and screening of candidates in accordance with the requirements of the Act. The correspondence further drew the attention of the Select Committee to National Assembly Rule 167E, which empowers Portfolio Committees, subject to the Constitution, legislation, and the rules and resolutions of the Assembly, to consult with any committee of the National Council of Provinces for purposes of performing their functions. On 7 May 2026, the Select Committee was briefed on the process undertaken by the Portfolio Committee on Transport against the requirements prescribed by the Act. Following this briefing and consultation, the Select Committee notes the Portfolio Committee complied with the legislative and procedural requirements governing the recommendation of preferred nominees for appointment to the Transport Economic Council and accordingly reports its concurrence with the process followed. The Select Committee supports the submission of the recommended nominees to the Minister of Transport for appointment in accordance with the Act. The report, therefore, to be considered by the House. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Badenhorst. And I'm told that the air conditioner has now been switched back on, so it should get more comfortable in the House. Thank you very much. Honourable delegates, I now put the question on the third order, that the question is that the report is adopted, but before proceeding, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their declarations on vote on the third order in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish to, for a maximum of 3 minutes. Are there any provinces that would like to make a declaration? I don't see any hands, so we shall proceed to the voting on the third order, and I call upon provinces to cast their votes. Heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. Eastern Cape,
Chairperson and honorable members, on, stand, some. Thank you.
by Danke, Honorable Member, Free State.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. The Free State vote in favor.
Thank you very much. Gauteng,
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Gauteng supports.
thank you, Honorable Du Plessis. KwaZulu-Natal,
Sekela Sihlalo, isifundazwe saKwaZulu-Natal siyaweseka umbiko.
thank you very much, Honorable Billy. Limpopo,
Thanks, Chairperson. As Limpopo, we support.
thank you very much, Honorable Mokwele. Mpumalanga,
Thank you, Chairperson. Mpumalanga yayiqhasa.
thank you very much. Northern Cape,
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Northern Cape support.
thank you very much, Honorable Mobilo. Northwest,
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson, Northwest supports.
thank you, Honorable Dlamini. Western Cape,
Thank you, Deputy Chair. The Western Cape will support both the reports.
well, we're just doing the first one now. We're just doing the third order. We shall come back to the fourth one. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Right, honorable delegates, we shall now move to the fourth order, and now allow provinces the opportunity to make declarations if they so wish. Are there any declarations? I don't see any hands. Thank you very much. We shall now open up the voting process, and I call upon heads of delegations to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. Eastern Cape,
And honorable members, Eastern Cape votes in favor.
thank you very much. Free State,
Sekela Sihlalo, isifundazwe saseFreystata siyawusekela lo mbiko.
thank you very much. Gauteng,
I thank you, Honorable Deputy Chair. Gauteng supports.
thank you. KwaZulu-Natal,
Sekela Sihlalo sisame lapho nje siyaweseka umbiko.
thank you. Limpopo,
Re go leboga mothuša modulasetulo. Re le province ya Limpopo, re amogela report e ka matsogo a mabedi. Re a leboga.
thank you very much. Mpumalanga,
Thank you, Chairperson. Mpumalanga support.
thank you. Northern Cape,
Thank you, Deputy Chair. There we go. We support as a Northern Cape. Thank you.
thank you very much. Northwest,
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. As Northwest, we support.
thank you. Western Cape,
Dankie. Onder voorste, die Wes-Kaap sal nog steeds albei verslae ondersteun.
baie dankie. All right, the voting is now closed. Honorable members, all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to the fifth order, and that is the consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency on oversight visits to National Department of Public Entity sites in Gauteng Province as part of the joint oversight week with the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Public Administration from the 21st to the 25th of October 2025. The report is dated the 24th of February 2026 and ATC'd on the same day on the 24th of February 2026. I now call upon the Honorable Badnos once again to present the report of the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency. You have 10 minutes, Honorable Badnos.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. I shall attempt to deliver a 40-minute report in 10 minutes. Here is the report of the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency on oversight visits to the National Department and Public Entity sites in Gauteng Province from the 21st to the 25th of October 2025. The Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency conducted oversight visits in Gauteng Province from the 21st to the 25th of October 2025 as part of a joint oversight week with the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Public Administration. The oversight program formed part of the Parliament's Oversight Priority Plan and coincided with Transport Month. The committee undertook engagements with the South African Airways, SAA, Airports Company of South Africa, AXA, Air Traffic and Navigation Services, ATNS, the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, PRASA, and Gibela Rail Transport Consortium, as well as the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, the DPWI, on the Salvo-Kop Governance Precinct project. The oversight program included site visits and operational tours aimed at assessing governance, infrastructure delivery, operational efficiency, localization, industrialization, and service delivery outcomes. We'll start with South African Airways, Chair. The committee received a briefing on SAA's operations, route expansion plans, governance reforms, and fleet modernization strategy following its exit from business rescue. SAA reported that 58% of its operations are domestic, 38% regional, and 4% international. The airline has expanded from 6 routes after business rescue to 16 active routes and plan to introduce new routes between Johannesburg and Gaborone and Cape Town and Mauritius during the 2025-26 financial year. SAA currently operates a fleet of 20 aircraft, largely through leasing arrangements, and intends expanding its fleet of 52 aircraft over the next decade. The committee noted that much of the current fleet would reach the end of its useful life within the next 5 years, creating urgency around fleet renewal and long-term sustainability. The committee further noted governance improvements since business rescue, including the appointment of a functioning board, improved cost management, reduced reliance on National Treasury support, and growth in the employee numbers from approximately 600 to 1,000 staff members. Now turn to the SAA Technical. SAAT reported strong operational performance and exceeded in its technical dispatch reliability target with 98.78% of flights departing without technical delays or cancellations. However, the committee expressed concern that the SAAT had surrendered the SACAA approvals at George and at East London airports and was relying on travelling technicians. The committee also noted that Mango Airlines remains under business rescue and liquidation proceedings continue. Members were informed that direct flights to New York represent a lucrative opportunity, but that SAA currently lacks the necessary wide-body fleet capacity. The committee recommended that SAA regain SACAA it's the South African Civil Aviation Authority authorization at George and East London airports, and that progress on fleet expansion program had to be included as a standing oversight item during consideration of mid-year and annual reports. We now turn to the Air Traffic and Navigation Services, ATNS. The committee received a briefing on the state of communication, navigation and surveillance, CNS, infrastructure across the country. ATNS reported operational and staffing pressures, particularly shortages of air traffic controllers and flight procedure designers. The committee noted that ATNS achieved 79% of its annual performance targets despite revenue losses caused by delays in tariff approvals. Members raised serious concerns regarding the aging infrastructure, vandalism, reliance on third-party infrastructure, and persistent operational disruptions at smaller airports. The committee heard that vandalized equipment often remains non-operational for extended periods because procurement processes delay repairs and replacements. ATNS further indicated that the South African Civil Aviation Authority had withdrawn certain flight procedures due to non-compliance and outdated systems, while securing suitably qualified procedure designers remains a significant challenge. ATNS identified several airports where CNS systems and infrastructure are aged or failing, including OR Tambo International Airport, Bishu Airport, Pilanesberg Airport, Mahikeng Airport, Mthatha Airport, and Kruger Mpumalanga Airport. The committee also toured the ATNS Aviation Training Academy and welcomed efforts to expand training capacity, with planned student enrollment increased to 120 students during the 2025-26 financial year. The committee recommended that the South African Civil Aviation Authority brief Parliament on airport compliance and enforcement measures nationally, that ATNS develop a recovery plan for failing infrastructure, and that legal options be explored to to improve the speed of repairs to vandalized infrastructure. The committee further recommended that the training academy increase enrollment in specialized programs linked to flight procedure development. Turning to AXA, the Airport Company of South Africa, AXA briefed the committee on airport modernization plans, financial recovery and infrastructure investment programs. Passenger and aircraft movement volumes continued recovering strongly following COVID-19 pandemic, with Cape Town International Airport already surpassing pre-pandemic levels. The committee noted that AXA had significantly increased capital expenditure from 727 million to 2.3 billion rand and was implementing 220 projects nationally. Major projects include the OR Tambo Midfield Cargo Terminal, a new fuel feeder line, a new runway at Cape Town International Airport, and terminal expansion at Chief David Stearman International Airport. Members welcomed the considerable reduction in irregular expenditure and noted that this represented AXA's second consecutive year of profitability and dividend declarations. The committee also considered the strategic role of major airport hubs in supporting manufacturing, agricultural exports, and logistics nationally. Concerns were raised regarding fuel import dependency following refinery closures and baggage pilfering incidents at OR Tambo International Airport. The committee inspected operations at OR Tambo International Airport, including airport management systems, terminal upgrades, and the Foxtrot Sanitation Infrastructure Project. The committee recommended that the Minister of Transport brief Parliament on the National Airport Development Plan, including options regarding non-functional provincial and municipal airports, and that AXA provide a report on socio-economic development and community investment initiatives around airports. Turning to PRASA, the Gibela Manufacturing Facility, the committee visited the Gibela Manufacturing Facility in Donator and received a briefing on localization, skills development, and rail manufacturing progress. Members were informed that the facility forms part of South Africa's long-term rail modernization program and includes obligations to deliver 600 electric multiple unit trains, the EMUs, and achieve 65% localization. The committee welcomed the scale of local industrialization and economic empowerment achieved through the project, including procurement from local suppliers, Black women-owned businesses, and enterprise development initiatives. The committee noted extensive skills transfer initiatives, including international training opportunities for South African employees and significant investment in engineering and artisan development. Members were informed that 300 train sets have already been produced and that commuter rail recovery has contributed to improved on-time performance and increasing passenger numbers. The committee also observed advanced manufacturing processes, testing operations, and engagement with workers at the facility. The committee commended PRASA, Gibela, and the Minister of Transport for the facility's contribution to localization, economic development, and rail recovery. It further recommended that the appointment of an economic development monitor to verify localization targets remain a standing oversight matter. Salvokop Government Precinct, the committee concluded its oversight program with a visit to the Salvokop Government Precinct development in Tshwane. The project forms part of the Tshwane Inner City Regeneration Program and aims to consolidate government departments into integrated mixed-use precincts. The committee noted that Phase 1A of the project is 95% complete and includes major bulk infrastructure works. The development is expected to reduce dependence on private leases and potentially save government approximately 413 million rand annually through lease cancellations. Members expressed concern regarding project delays caused by land invasions, community unrest, and illegal occupation affecting construction of an access road. The committee acknowledged the complexity of balancing lawful eviction processes with protecting critical public infrastructure projects from disruption. Serious concern was also raised regarding the outstanding bulk services contributions owned by the Departments of Social Development and the Higher Education and Training Departments, which pose risks to project completion and ongoing contractor obligations. The committee recommended that the DPWI urgently finalize security management contracts to prevent further land invasions and that relevant parliamentary committees engage affected departments regarding outstanding bulk service payments threatening the project's completion. The committee accordingly tables its report for consideration by the National Council of Provinces. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Badnost. I know you had to compress your report within the time allocated of 10 minutes, but I'm sure that honourable members, if they require further details of your report, the report has been ATC'd and it's available to all of us. Thank you very much for that. Honourable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted. But before the voting, I'll allow provinces to make declarations in terms of Rule 86 for 3 minutes if they so wish. Are there any provinces that want to make a declaration? I don't see any hands, so now we shall proceed to voting on the question. And I now call upon provinces to cast their votes. Heads of delegations vote either in favor, against, or abstain. Eastern Cape,
Senhlalo namalunga abekileyo phondo lengcwele ndiyawuxhasa umbiko. Amakho.
thank you very much, Advocate. Free State,
Deputy Chairperson, the Free State Province supports the
thank
report.
you very much. Gauteng, Honorable Duplessis.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. Honorable Billy, KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal supports the report.
Thank you very much. Limpopo.
No, thanks very much, Deputy Chair. The province of Limpopo support.
Thank you, Honorable Mokwele in Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Chairperson. Impumalanga, I support.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sibande, Northern Cape.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. As the Northern Cape, we support the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mobilo, Northwest.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. As Northwest, we support.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dlamini, Western Cape.
Eastern Cape full support, Chair.
Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, Honorable Sitole. Job, my apologies to you. The voting is now closed, honorable members, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to the 6th order, and that is a consideration of the report of the Standing Committee on Defense following its engagement with members of the South African defense industry at Geheim Metall, Denel Munition, and Damon Shipyard, dated 13th February 2026, and was ATC'd on the 16th of February 2026. I shall now call upon the Honorable Pala, the co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense, to present the report for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good afternoon, honorable members. Chairperson, I hereby present the report of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense following its engagement with members of South African defense industry at Rheinmetall Denel Ammunition in Somerset West and Damen Shipyard, Cape Town, conducted on the 28th November 2025. This oversight visit stems directly from the committee's constitutional mandate as contained in section 228, subsection 3, subsection D of the 1993 interim constitution. In this regard, the committee wishes to emphasize that this engagement related specifically to 2 critical aspects of this mandate. First, it focused on armaments, and secondly, the state of preparedness of the South African Defence Force. The ability of the South African Defence Force to defend the Republic and execute its constitutional obligation depends not only on personnel and policies, but also on the availability of appropriate equipment, ammunition, maritime assets, and industrial support capabilities. The oversight visit therefore had a dual purpose. Firstly, it sought to familiarize members of Parliament with key components of the South African defense industry and its current capabilities. Secondly, it enabled the committee to engage directly with the strategic suppliers to South African National Defence Force. Rheinmetall Denel Munition remains a primary supplier of artillery and other ammunition to the SANDF, while Damen Shipyard, Cape Town, recently delivered 3 multi-mission inshore patrol vessels to the South African Navy under Project Bairo, notably largely on schedule within the budget. During the visit to Rheinmetall Denel Munition, The committee received a detailed overview of the company's operational, manufacturing footprints and product portfolio. The committee noted that the company manufactures a broad range of products, including 155mm artillery ammunition, mortars, naval ammunition, rockets, and missiles. Members were further informed that the company is currently assisting the South African Army with the refurbishment of expired mortar stock by replacing propelled components instead of destroying the stock entirely, thereby reducing costs to the SANDF. The committee also observed the significant increase in global ammunition demand and export over the past several years. In this regard, Rheinmetall Denel Munition present an interesting case study on the advantage of public-private partnership, with the company consisting of shareholders being Rheinmetall and a German-based global arms producer and South Africa state-owned Denel. The company is able to develop both for domestic demand for SANDF and for increasing international market. The committee further noted the company's community outreach initiatives, including support to local school, bursary programs, military veterans upskilling initiatives, and the operation of preschool facilities serving disadvantaged communities. Arising from this engagement, one of the committee's key recommendations is that follow-up engagement should occur with the National Conventional Arms Control Committee regarding compliance and oversight relating to arms export. The committee also recommends further engagement with Rheinmetall Denel Munition and a broader South African defense industry to strengthen parliamentary understanding of the sector and its challenges. In this regard, the committee is excited about the announcement by the Minister of Defense that the defense industry Lekgotla will take place in July 2026. At Shipyard Cape Town, the committee received an overview of shipyard development capabilities and progress under Project Pyro. Members were informed that all the 3 inshore patrol vessels were built locally by South African personnel under the oversight of AMSCO and South African Navy. The vessels SA King's Kukune, SAS King Shaka, and SAS Atamkok were delivered between 2022 and 2025, demonstrating South Africa's continued capability to execute complex naval projects domestically. The committee commended Demning Shipyard for successful delivery of Project Pyro on schedule within budget. Members further observed that the shipyard has the capacity and the willingness to construct additional vessels for the South African Navy should resources become available. The engagement also highlighted broader maritime security concerns. The committee noted that South Africa must take maritime safety and maritime domain awareness seriously, particularly given the country's extensive coastline and strategic maritime position. However, financial constraints continue to impact the Navy's ability to expand and sustain its capabilities. The committee therefore reiterates its recommendation that the critical defense policy documents that were recently approved by Cabinet be introduced to Parliament in order to provide a certainty regarding the future trajectory of the SANDF and the broader defense industry. Such clarity is essential not only for defense planning purposes, but also for industrial stability, investment, and skill retention within the sector. The committee believes that the engagement of this nature remains critical to ensuring informed parliamentary oversight over the defense function, particularly during the period of increasing fiscal constraints, growing maritime and continental security challenges rising globally. Therefore, Chairperson, on behalf of the committee, we request that this report be adopted. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Pala. Honorable delegates, I now put a question. The question is that the report be adopted. Before we proceed with voting, I shall allow the provinces the opportunity to make their declaration of vote in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish, for a maximum of 3 minutes. Any province which wants to make any declaration? Or I see the Eastern Cape is raising their hand there. All right, all right. Thank you, Pala. So, seeing that there are no declarations from the province, we shall now proceed to the voting on the question. I now call upon the province to cast their votes. When called upon, the heads of delegation must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. The province of the Western Cape.
The Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you. The province of the Northwest.
Thank you, House Chair. The province of Bukolmi-Phirima supports.
Thank you. The province of the Northern Cape.
Thank you, House Chair. We are in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The province of Mpumalanga.
Voorzitter, alles tussen hakies soos die krikke by die Mpumalanga stem ja.
Thank you, Honorable Sibande. The next province is the province of Limpopo.
Limpopo support, Chair.
Thank you. The next province is KwaZulu-Natal.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal supports the report.
Thank you. The next is the Gauteng province.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports.
Thank you. The next province is the Free State province.
Modulo Setulo, Province ya Foresta ya Tseg.
Thank you. The next province is the province of the Eastern Cape.
The Eastern Cape supports. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Delegates. All the provinces have voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. So now we go to the 7th order. Honorable Delegates will proceed to the 7th order. Consideration of the report of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense on the oversight visit to various military bases along the West Coast, Western Cape province from the 27th to the 29th of January. The report is dated the 20th of March, 2026. I now call upon Honorable Pala, the co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee, to present the report to the House.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon once again, honorable members. Chairperson, I hereby present the report on the Joint Standing Committee on Defense following the oversight visit to various military bases along the West Coast in Western Cape from the 27th to the 29th January 2026. The committee visited 4 facilities, namely 4 Special Forces Regiment, SAS Saldanha, SA South African Military Academy, and Air Force Base Langebanver. 3 of these facilities relate directly to the South African National Defence Force broader training pipeline, while the Special Forces Regiment represent one of the South African National Defence Force elite operational capabilities. Together, this visit provided committee with insight into the broader readiness, sustainability, and capability trajectory of the Defence Force. At the Foresight Special Regiment, the committee received a closed session briefing on the mandate, operational role, and challenges facing the unit. The committee engaged extensively on the matters relating to the staffing levels, interoperability with other armed services, training requirements, accommodation pressures, and the impact of declining funding allocation. Particular concern was raised regarding the limited availability of Air Force and Navy platforms and the impact this has on the Special Forces readiness and training. The committee further observed the important role played by the regiment in supporting the maritime anti-poaching operations in cooperation with South African police services and Cape Nature. Members also visited Dongergat Island, where they observed capability demonstrating and training infrastructure utilized by the regiment. Arising from this engagement, the committee recommends improved engagement between the armed officers to ensure platforms availability and adequate training opportunities for special forces. At the SA Saldanha, members engage with the Navy principal training establishment for ratings and non-commissioned officers, while the committee recommended unit for maintaining strong training standards and morale under difficult circumstances. Members observe serious infrastructure, security, and administrative challenges. The committee noted that deteriorating and accommodation facilities, damaged infrastructures, repeated break-ins, and due to inadequate perimeter security and severe maintenance backlogs. During the walkabout, members observed bed droppings in the kitchen areas, broken windows in accommodation blocks, and unserviceable equipment in key facilities. The committee further observed systematic procurement and staffing challenges, including delays in filling posts. Nonetheless, the unit continued to perform strongly and remains recognized as one of the Navy's best performing ashore units. The committee therefore recommends improved coordination between the Department of Defense and the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure regarding maintenance responsibilities, while also stressing the need for more proactive low-level maintenance intervention at the unit. The committee's engagement at the South African Military Academy highlighted the critical role played by the institution in the professionalization and intellectual development of SANDF officers. Members were briefed at the academy's academic progress, research activities, military development functions, and partnership with Stellenbosch University. The committee recommended the quality of academic standard maintenance at the academy, the ongoing development of military scholarships, and institutions' international academic engagement. Members also welcomed planned developments relating to cybersecurity and maritime security. However, concerns were raising regarding lengthy recruitment and appointment processes for academic personnel, infrastructure limitation, inadequate accommodation, unreliable vehicle fleets, and over-reliance on support services borrowed from other units. The committee therefore recommends agent intervention to expedite the recruitment of appointment of military university educators, and further called for development of streamlined standard operating procedures to facilitate academic participation in international conferences and lecturing opportunities. The visit to the Air Force Base Langemanver was perhaps the clearest indication of the severe pressure currently confronting the South African Air Force. The base focuses on pilot training, instructor development, and technical aviation training. Despite the professionalism and dedication of personnel, the committee observed extensive infrastructure deterioration, shortages of aircraft space and support equipment, and severe personnel shortages in technical and maintenance functions. Most striking to the committee was the extent of obsolete and unserviceable air traffic controls systems. The committee expressed grave concern regarding aviation safety at the base, especially the condition of air traffic control equipment and radar system. Members noted that the current state of the base does not meet expected national and international aviation safety standards. The committee further noted that the pilot throughout remains severely constrained due to limited serviceable aircrafts and prolonged training delays. Members were informed that the SANDF faces a high risk of future skill loss within the Air Force, and should this condition persist. The committee therefore recommended upon intervention by the Minister of Defense regarding air safety requirements at the base, including the repair of radar system, consideration of interim mobile radar capabilities, and broader strategic intervention regarding the funding and the mandate of South African Air Force. A central theme emerging from all four visits was severe impact of sustained underfunding on the operational readiness of the SANDF. The committee therefore recommends renewed engagement between the Department of Defense and the National Treasury regarding funding of strategic equipment, particularly naval and aviation platform. Honorable Sani and Honorable Khwasi, I think you hear me. The committee therefore recommends renewed engagement between Department of Defense and National Treasury regarding the funding of strategic military equipment, particularly naval aviation platforms. The committee further recommends that the Chief of the National Defense Force and the Secretary for Defense conduct a comprehensive assessment of expenditure priorities to ensure that available resources are directed towards operational readiness, infrastructure maintenance, and the sustainment of the critical capabilities. In conclusion, Chair, this oversight visit showed the committee that they remain highly committed and exceptionally capable personnel within the Defense Force. The committee encountered highly professional special forces operators, military academics, pilots, engineers, aviation mechanics, instructors, and others who could continue to perform their duties with dedication and a pride despite extremely difficult conditions. However, the visit also revealed as SANDF is in a severe state of decline. Despite the best efforts of these professionals, they are increasingly hamstrung by inadequate funding, aging and unserviceable equipment, deteriorating infrastructure, and procurement and staffing constraints. Members of this House, the committee cannot overemphasize the urgent need for intervention in the SANDF. Without decisive action, the Defense Force risks losing not only critical capabilities, which is already struggling to sustain, but also highly skilled professionals required to operate and maintain those capabilities. I thank you, Chairperson, and request that the House consider the report. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. This all right. No, what I'll do it the traditional way. I'll hold on to the button until it is done. So before we proceed to voting, I shall ask the opportunity to make their declaration of vote in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish. Any province which wants to make a declaration? 1, 2, 3, gone. We shall now proceed to the voting on the question. I now call upon the province to cast their votes. When called upon, the heads of delegation must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. The province of the Eastern Cape.
Cape Chair votes in favor.
Thank you. The province of the Free State.
Voorsitter, die provinsie van die Vrystaat ondersteun die verslag.
Thank you. The next province, Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you.
Support, Chair.
You, the next province, KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you, Chair. The province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next Cape.
No, Chair, thank you very much. We are up and about. We support. Thank you.
You, the next province, Mpumalanga.
Chairperson, iPumalanga yonke zombelele. Isitshaba nenkosi ithabile. Ngaloko siyayivuma ireport.
Thank you, Honorable Spanda. Province, the Western Cape.
Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you. The next province, Bukoli Bupirim.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. As Economy Prima, we vote in favor.
No, thank you, honorable leaders of the delegations. All the provinces voted in favor. Therefore, the report is adopted according to section 65. Honorable delegates, we now proceed to the eighth order. Consideration of the report of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense on the presidential letter of employment of the South African Defence Force in cooperation with the South African Police dated 20 March 2026. I now call Honorable Phala, the co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense, to present the report. He's really earning his salary today.
Thank you, Chair. And all members, once again, good afternoon. Chairperson, I hereby present the short report of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense on the presidential letter of employment of the South African National Defence Force in cooperation with the South African Police Service, dated the 20th March 2026. The report is short in nature as it seeks to comply with the Joint Rules 156 subsection 1 of Parliament's Joint Rules, which states that the Joint Standing Committee shall report to both houses on the employment of the South African National Defence Force by the President of the Republic in fulfillment of international obligation in defense of the Republic or in cooperation with the South African Police Services. This specific employment letter formalized the now well-publicized deployment of the South African National Defence Force with the police under Operation Prosper. The President complied with the set legislation by noting the following details of the deployment. The employment of the South African National Defence Force is in support of the police to combat crime and preserve the law and order in the Eastern Cape, the Free State, Gauteng, Northwest, and Western Cape provinces under Operation Prosper, illegal mining and gangsterism. The employment comprises 2,200 members of the SNDF. The duration of the employment is from 1st March 2026 to 31st March 2027. The expected expenditure of the employment is 823.2 million rand. In compliance with the Joint Rules 156 subsection 1, and after having considered the details of the SNDF employment according to the presidential letter dated 11th March 2026, the committee noted the employment and did not recommend to the Houses of Parliament to consider the amendment, substitution, or termination of the employment. The committee's consideration of this employment letter remains a crucial part of the balance of powers between legislature and executive in South Africa. It ensures accountability for the use of the SNDF, especially domestic use within the South Africa, which was so often misused during the apartheid regime. The committee remains committed to overseeing the deployment throughout the year. It has already held engagement with academics on lessons learned from previous military deployments, including domestic deployments. The committee also held a joint meeting with the Portfolio Committee on Police on the state of preparedness of the joint SNDF police deployment. This deployment cannot be seen as a long-term solution for the country's policing needs, but the committee trusts that it will create a space for the police to address agent requirement gaps in fight against organized crime. I therefore submit. I want the House to note that presidential letter of deployment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pala. Honorable delegates, I now put a question. The question is that the report be adopted. Are there any provinces which want to make a declaration in terms of Rule 86 of the House? Now we shall proceed to the voting on the question. I now call upon the heads of delegations to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. The province of the Eastern Cape.
Chair and honorable members, the Eastern Cape votes in favor. Okay.
Thank you. The next province, the province of the Free State.
Thank you, Chair. The province of the Free State votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province, Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng votes in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. The province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province.
Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province.
Thank you, Chair. As the Northern Cape, we vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. As Northwest, we vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province, the Western Cape.
The Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you. All parties have voted in favor of the report, so I declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we will now proceed to the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 12th others. Consideration of the report of the Joint Standing Committee on Ethics and Members' Interest on the alleged contravention of the Code of Ethical Conduct and Disclosure of Members' Interest. Honorable Oscar Matafa, Honorable Minister of Cooperative Governance Velenkosini Hlabisa, Honorable Gayton Mackenzie, Honorable John Steenhuisen, Honorable Carol Piri, Honorable David Mandlas Kosana, Honorable David Kosana, the Minister of Public Works, Honorable Macpherson, the Minister, the member, Honorable Ashley Souls, again, Honorable Gayton Mackenzie, the next one, Honorable Deputy Minister, Social Development, Hanif Hendricks. The next one is Honorable Souls again. I now call Honorable Bress, co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Ethics and Members' Interest, to present the report. But what must be highlighted, there's no one from the council.
Thank you, Honorable House Chair, honorable members, and thank you for the 120 minutes to present 12 reports to you today. I herewith present the following 12 reports to this House. Report 1, complaint against the Honorable Oscar Matafa. Honorable Ashley Souls lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from alleged WhatsApp and telephonic communications between the member and the complainant concerning an ongoing South African Human Rights Commission matter involving Minister Gayton Mackenzie. The committee found no evidence of impropriety on the part of the member and concluded that the complaint was unfounded and therefore recommends no sanction against the member. Report 2, complaint against the Honorable Hlabisa, the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. His Majesty King Guku the Gona lodged this complaint. The committee noted that related matters concerning Khoisan recognition and the constitutionality of the Traditional and Khoisan Leadership Act were already being addressed through broader parliamentary and legal processes. Having considered the matter, the committee found that it lacked jurisdiction to consider the complaint and therefore recommends no sanction against the member. Report number 3. Complaint against the Honourable Gayton McKenzie, Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. Also, King Guku the Goreng High Corner lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from allegations relating to the acquisition and rebranding of Supersport United Football Club by the members' son. Alleged misuse of public funds during an official trip to Paris. Alleged absenteeism from parliamentary committee meetings, and concerns regarding intellectual property and cultural symbolism linked to the Bloemfontein Celtic legacy. The committee found the complaints to be unfounded and therefore recommends no sanction against the member. Report number 4. It is a complaint against the Honourable John Steenhuisen, Minister of Agriculture. MP Money lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from statements made by the Minister during a working visit to Washington, D.C. in May 2025, where the Minister stated during an engagement with United States President Donald Trump that the MK Party and the EFF would not be allowed into the government of national unity. The committee found that the complainant had been lodged, or that a complaint rather had been lodged in terms of the Executive Ethics Act, and that matters arising under that legislation fall outside the jurisdiction of the Joint Committee on Ethics and members' interests. The committee accordingly concluded that it lacked jurisdiction to consider the complaint and therefore recommends no sanction against the member. Report number 5, complaint against the Honourable Carol Peary. Honourable Edwin Bath lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from the chairperson's decision to allow oral submissions by Nihau during a portfolio committee meeting on 28 May 2025 concerning recruitment and staffing matters within the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. Having considered the matter, the committee found that the complaint fundamentally concerned the internal agenda-setting powers and procedures of a portfolio committee, which fall outside the jurisdiction of the Joint Committee on Ethics. The committee accordingly concluded that it was not competent to determine whether the scheduling of the agenda item or the content and the source of the submissions constituted a breach of the code. The committee therefore found that it lacked jurisdiction to consider the complaint and accordingly recommends no sanction against the member. Report number 6. That is a complaint against the Honourable David Skosana. The Committee on Ethics considered the matter arising from findings by the Auditor General regarding the member and his directorship in UFO Communications. This is a company identified as having contracted with an organ of state. The matter further related to the member's failure to disclose his directorship in the public section of Parliament's Register of Members' Interests. The committee found that the member breached item 16.1b and 16.1c, read with item 7.1 of the Code. In considering penalty, the committee noted that this constituted the member's first offence and that he did not personally benefit financially from the company's activities. The committee recommends to this House to impose a reprimand in the House and a fine of 15,000 rands for the failure to disclose these interests. Regarding the breach relating to the company's contract with an organ of state, the committee recommends that no additional penalty be imposed, given the absence of personal financial benefit to the member. Report number 7. It's a complaint against the Honourable David Skosana. A complaint was lodged against the member on behalf of Ms. Nasipa Same, a reporter employed by Newsroom Africa. This complaint arose from an incident Following proceedings of the ad hoc committee investigating allegations made by Lieutenant General Mkwanazi, during which the member allegedly aggressively confronted and intimidated the reporter regarding media interviews involving opposition parties. Having considered the complaint and the member's own admissions, the committee found that the member acted in an intimidating and threatening manner towards the reporter, and that his conduct undermined public confidence in Parliament. The committee further found that the member's behaviour amounted to discrimination against women and that his actions were inconsistent with the standards expected of members of Parliament. The committee accordingly found that the member breached items 51D, 51E, and 51F of the Code. The committee, in a majority decision with a minority dissenting view, recommends that the House imposes a reprimand in the House and suspend the members' participation in parliamentary debates and committees for a period of 15 parliamentary days, together with corresponding reduction in salary and allowances for the same period. I just want to enter an explanatory note. Parliamentary days are those days on which the National Assembly, as well as the NCOP, will sit for a plenary as determined by parliamentary programme and agreed to by the respective National Assembly and NCOP programme committees, as amended and circulated from time to time. Report 8. That is a report, that's a complaint against the Honourable Dean McPherson, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure. Mr. Alan Beasley, MP, lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from statements made by the member outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court on 24 July 2025, where he, dressed in political party regalia, referred to Action South Africa reporters as Amapara, as well as allegations that he referred to them as hobos in a media interview. In a majority decision, with a minority dissenting view, including myself, the committee found that the member breached items 51E and 51F of the Code. The committee found no breach regarding the alleged use of the term hobo, as the evidence showed that the word was used by the journalist and not by the member. The committee recommends that the House impose a reprimand in the House and require the member to apologise in the House for referring to Action South Africa supporters as Amapara. Report 9. It's a complaint against the Honourable Ashley Souls. Mrs. Alice King, Chairperson of the Council for the College of Cape Town, lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from statements made by the member during Portfolio Committee on Higher Education on 15 October 2025. Concerning allegations of irregularities at the college and the conduct of the complainant as council chairperson. The committee found that the member's statements were protected by parliamentary privilege, noting that robust debate and oversight engagements are integral to Parliament's constitutional mandate. The committee accordingly found the complaint to be unfounded and does not recommend any sanction against the member. Report 10 is a complaint against the Honourable Ashley Souls. The manager, Mr. Muswaba, who is the principal and accounting officer of the College of Cape Town, lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from statements and questions posed by the member during Portfolio Committee meetings on higher education concerning the complainant's appointment as principal of the college and his nationality status. Having considered the complaint, the committee found that the member's conduct fell within the scope of legitimate parliamentary oversight and protected parliamentary privilege. The committee further found no evidence that the member acted with intent to impair the complainant's dignity or to discriminate against him. The committee accordingly found the complaint to be unfounded and does not recommend any sanction against the member. Report number 11. It is a complaint against the Honourable Gayton McKenzie, the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Now, Honourable Athol Trollop lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from public statements made by the Minister concerning the so-called Mokoena Gate, involving Bafana and the alleged investigation into the matter. The committee found the complaint rather, to be unfounded and does not recommend any sanction against the member. And then lastly, report number 12. It is a complaint against the Honourable Mohammed Hendricks, Deputy Minister of Social Development. The Honourable Alexandra Abrams lodged this complaint. The complaint arose from statements made by the member during a National Assembly debate on 23 July 2025, in which he stated, and I quote, "South Africa has zero hunger if social grants are used to buy food," close the quote. The committee found that the complaint arose largely from a misunderstanding of the member's intended meaning. The committee accordingly found the complaint to be unfounded and does not recommend any sanction against the member. Honourable House Chair, I herewith table these 12 reports for consideration by the House. I thank you, Nkosi.
Thank you, Honourable Press, for an extensive you've just presented in the House. What we are going to do now, we are going to vote on all the reports individually. Although the report was single, but we have to vote on individual report. Before I proceed to voting, I shall allow the provinces to make a declaration on the ninth order. Do you still remember what was the ninth order? Any province which wants to make any declaration? No. On what I write?
Chair, I just want to get clarification. Are we going to do declarations, requested to do declarations on each of the 12 votes? So you're asking for the 9th now. You're not starting at number 1 and walking down to 12. I just want to make sure I'm not missing you. You're starting at number 9. Thank you.
We're now on ninth order. Any province which want to make any declaration? None. We can go to direct voting now. The heads of delegates will be able to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. I'll start with the Western Cape.
See, we have a declaration to make under the report number 8. That's why I asked you for clarification. It's my understanding that we are voting on each, because each report has got individual fact sets. So my understanding is that you will ask for declaration of each of the 12 reports and we vote separately on each of the 12 reports. So my question was, I want to make a declaration under report number 8.
Honorable Badenhorst, I think that we have passed that one. We are now here on order number 9. Yeah, we're on order number 9 now. Now I've called the provinces to vote. I'll start with the Western Cape. Are you voting in favor of the...
Chair, we are voting against one of the reports. We cannot vote on block on 12 reports, and that's my understanding. Are we talking?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So order number 9 contains 12 reports. What is order number 9? I apologize. So we are voting now on the report on
Order number 9 is dealing with report on Honorable Matafa. Yeah.
So we will support that.
Thank you, Madam Host. The West.
Northwest, we vote in favor.
Thank you. Northern Cape,
Thank you, Chair. Rea supporter. Thank you.
thank you. The next is Mpumalanga. Thank you. Popo.
Limpopo vote in favor.
The next KwaZulu Natal.
The province of KwaZulu Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The province of Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
The next province is the Free State.
Chairperson, the Free State supports.
Thank you.
Eastern support the report, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. All the province in favor of the report. So the report is duly accepted. Go to order number 10. Deals with the report on Honorable Shabisa. Any declaration on order number 10?
Chair, let me, I don't want to delay the proceedings, but I think your orders are not in line with the order paper that we received. So I suggest to clarify, just mention the member's name that you are dealing with in every time so that we can.
I said Honorable Shabisa.
He's not number 9 on our paper.
Table staff, what happened? At number 10, Honorable Pardon Host. Order number 10. At order number 10, the report which deals with Honorable Shabisa. All right, we're at order number 10, any declaration concerning the report concerning Honorable Shabisa? None. You were not given a chance to speak, Honorable Ndise. So no declaration from any province. So now I call the heads of delegations to either vote in favor, against, or abstain. The province of the Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you. The province of the Free State.
Die Vrystaat is ten gunste.
Thank you. The province of.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. The province of KwaZulu Natal.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province, Limpopo.
House Chair, Limpopo vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province, Mpumalanga.
Daar is water onder die brug. Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you, Mpumalanga. The next province.
Thank you.
Province in the country.
Thank you, Chair. We support.
Thank you, Honorable Murphy. The next province is Northwest. Thank you.
The Western Cape will support.
Thank you. In favor of the report, therefore the report is duly adopted. Now we go to the 11th order, which is the order which the report which dealt with the issue of Honorable Gayton Mackenzie. Is there any province which has made any declaration concerning that report? None. So I request the heads of the delegation to start voting. I'll start with the Eastern Cape.
The Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you.
The Free State votes in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. KwaZulu Natal.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province, Limpopo.
House Chair, the province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
House Chair, Mpumalanga province vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province, the big Northern Cape.
Hey, North Cape supports. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable
Bokone Bophirima supports, Chair.
The next province is the Western.
Western Cape supports, Chair.
Thank you. That all the provinces have voted. So the report is duly as adopted. So we now go to the next order, which deals with the report on Honorable John Steenhuisen. That is order number 12. Any province which wants to make any declaration? So the province will start voting now. We start with the Western Cape.
Western Cape supports, Chair.
Thank you. The next province.
Bokone Bophirima supports, Chair.
Thank you. The next province, Northern Cape.
Papa Bokone supports.
Thank you. The next province,
The province of Rise and Shine, vote yes.
the next.
Thanks, House Chair. Limpopo Province vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
you. How
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
you is Free State.
Thank you, Chairperson. Free State supports.
Talanga phambili ingxelo iyaxhaswa liphondo lengqamakho.
Thank that all the provinces have voted in favor, so the report is duly adopted. So the next order we go to now is order number 13, the report which is dealing with the issue of Honorable Carol Phiri, MP. Any province want to make any declaration? The next, now we're going straight to voting. So the heads of delegation either vote in favor, abstain, or vote against. So the first province is going to be the Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape vote in favor.
Right.
Provinsie ya Vrystaat ya tshega.
Thank you. The next province is Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports.
Thank you, Gauteng. KwaZulu.
Thank you, Chair. The province of KwaZulu-Natal supports.
Thank you. The next province.
Thanks, House Chair. The province of Limpopo vote in support. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province is Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga vote.
Cape.
Thanks, House Chair. We are there. We vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Bokone Bophirima supports.
You. The next province is the Western.
Chair, the Western Cape supports.
Now that all the provinces have voted in favor of the report, so the report is declared adopted by the House. Go to order number 14, the report which deals with Honorable David Matlas Kosana. Any province which wants to make any declaration? None. So we go straight to voting now. The heads of delegation will be expected to either vote in favor, against, or abstain. The province of the Western Cape?
Support, Chair.
Thank you. The province of the Northwest?
Thank you, Chair. As Northwest, we support.
Thank you. The province of the Northern Cape?
Thank you, House Chair. As the Northern Cape, we support.
Thank you. The next?
Thank you, Chair. Mpumalanga support.
Thank you. The next?
Thanks, House Chair. The province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province is?
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next?
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. The next?
Thank you, Chair. Free State supports the report.
Thank you. The next province is the Eastern Cape.
Support the report. Thank you.
Thank you. We now go to Again, it's still an order which is dealing with the Honorable David Sikosana MP. The province, is there any province who want to make any declaration? None. So we go straight to voting now. The heads of delegations will either vote in favor, against, or abstain. Western Cape.
Western Cape supports, Chair.
Thank you. The next one is,
Bokone Bophirima vote in favor, sir.
thank you. The next one is Northern Cape.
Chair, House, Chair,
Thank you. The next province is Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Chair. Mpumalanga vote in support.
Thank you.
Thanks, House Chair. The province of Limpopo, the province of Africa again vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. KwaZulu-Natal.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. This is Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. The next province.
Thank you, Chair. Free State supports.
Thank you. The next province is the Eastern Cape.
Vote. Thank you.
We go to order number 16. Order number 16 deals with the issue which affects the Honorable Minister of Public Works Infrastructure, Honorable Mofesen. It is order number 16. Any province want to make any declaration? All right. Honorable Barenhorst.
Honourable House Chairperson, we note from the report that the member requested additional time to submit representations on the sanction, and that request was not granted. It is important to place on record that the member was not unwilling to make representations on the sanction, but was instead denied the opportunity to fully place mitigation before the committee. In the absence of those representations, we are not in a position to support the findings contained in the report, as the committee had not had the benefit of considering the member's full version. Furthermore, the Western Cape holds serious procedural and jurisdictional concerns regarding this matter. The Code of Conduct of Ethical Conduct is intended to regulate the conduct of members insofar as they act in their capacity as members of Parliament and in representation of Parliament. In this instance, the member was attending a party political gathering in his capacity as a political party representative and not as a representative of Parliament. We are therefore of the view that the majority of the committee has extended its jurisdiction beyond what it was envisaged in the Code. This raises important constitutional and procedural considerations, including the rights of members to participate in political activity and to exercise freedom of expression within a political context. For these reasons, and given both the procedural shortcomings and the unresolved jurisdictional concerns, the Western Cape cannot support the adoption of this report. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Barenhorst. Any other province want to make any declaration? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we'll do, we'll go straight to voting. The heads of delegation will either vote in favor, against, or abstain. I'll start with the province of the Western Cape.
Thank you, Chair. The Western Cape will vote against this report.
Thank you. The next province is Northwest.
West Northwest will vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The province of the Northern Cape.
no, thank you very much, Chair. House Chair, we support the report.
Thank you. The is Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you.
The province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. This is KwaZulu-Natal.
Sihlalo umhlangano wesifundazwe saKwaZulu-Natal sisoweseka umbiko.
Siyabonga. This is Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. State.
Die Vrystaat ondersteun die verslag.
Province is Eastern Cape.
Very much.
Thank you, Honorable Delegates. Now that you can see that 8 provinces have voted in favor, only 1 voted against. Therefore, the report is duly accepted. So we are now going to order number 17. Order number 17 is the report which is dealing with the honorable member souls. Any province which want to make any declaration? 1, 2, 3, gone. And then the next step is the issue of the heads of delegation. They either vote in favor, against, or abstain. I'll start with the Eastern Cape.
Chair, Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province is
Free State supports, Chair.
you. The next province is Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports.
You. The next province is KwaZulu-Natal.
Sihlalo umhlangano isifundazwe kwaZulu Natal siyaweseka umbiko.
Thank you. The next province is Limpopo.
Ke go leboga modulasetulo province ya gešo ya Limpopo e amogela report. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province is Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga support.
Thank you. The next province is Northern Cape.
Thank you, House Chair. As a Northern Cape, we support.
Thank you. The next province, Northwest.
You, Chair, as Northwest, we support.
You. The next province is Western Cape.
The Chair, the Western Cape supports.
The provinces have voted in favor of the report. The report is duly accepted as the report of the House. The next, now we go to order number 18. The report against Honorable Gayton Mackenzie MP, the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Any province trying to make any declaration? The heads of delegation will now vote either in favor, against, or abstain. The Eastern Cape?
Chair and honorable members, on Baizani, we vote in favor.
Thank you, Eastern Cape. The next province is the Free State.
Thank you, Chair. The Free State supports.
Thank you. The next province is Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
You, the next.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu Natal supports the report.
Thank you. The next province is Limpopo.
Thanks, House Chair. The province of Limpopo support the reports.
Thank you. The next province is
Honorable Chair, Mpumalanga supports.
Thank you. The next Northern Cape.
Thank you, House Chair. We are in favor of the report. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province, Bokoni Bophirima. Thank you. The next province is Western.
Thank you, Chair. The Western Cape will abstain.
Thank you. Now that we have 8 provinces in the report and 1 abstinence, the report is duly adopted as the report of the House. We go now to the next report, which is the report which is dealing with Honorable Deputy Minister of Social Development, Honorable Hendricks. Any province want to make any declaration? 1, 2, 3, gone. Then now we go straight to voting. The heads of delegation will either vote in favor, against, or abstain. So I'll start with the Eastern Cape.
Cape votes in favor. We vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province is Free State.
Free State votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province is.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province is KwaZulu-Natal.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. The next province is Limpopo.
Thanks, House Chair. The province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province is Mpumalanga.
Thank House Chair, Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province.
Thank you, Chair. Northern Cape votes in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. The next province.
Thank you, Chairperson. Northwest vote in favor.
Thank you. The next province is the Western Cape.
Dankie, Voorsitter. Die Wes-Kaap sal ondersteun.
Thank you. Now that all the provinces have voted in favor, the report is order number 20. Order number 20 is dealing with the Honorable Souls. Any province try to make any declaration? None. The heads of delegation will either vote in favor, against, or abstain. Northern Cape?
Up and about, we support it, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Northwest?
Thank you, Chair. We support.
Thank you.
Western Cape supports, Chair.
Mpumalanga?
Mpumalanga, I salute, we support.
Limpopo?
The province of Limpopo support the report. Thank you.
Thank you.
House Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal supports the report.
Thank you. The next province is the province of Gauteng, Egoli.
Thank you, Chairperson. Hoi for the report. Oh,
The next province is the province.
Chairperson, the Free State will support.
Thank you. The next province is the province of.
The Eastern Cape supports the report. Thank you.
No, thank you, honorable delegates. Now that all the provinces have duly supported the report is taken as the report of the House. Honorable delegates, I'll now proceed to 21st order. Consideration of the report on Select Committee of Agriculture, Land Reform and Mineral Resources, and the Portfolio Committee of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment on the second Parliamentary Assembly dated 17 February 2026. I now call Honorable Mudise, the chairperson of the Select Committee, to present the report.
yeah.
Chair.
Deep, isn't it?
Chair, thank you so much. The Deputy Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, the Chairperson chairing the session, members of Parliament, people of South Africa, Sanbonan. Chair, the report that we are dealing with was led by myself as a Chairperson, together with the Chairperson of Portfolio Committee from National Assembly, Honorable Ganzo, and Mr. Juste as a support staff. Before I start, Chair, I would like to take this opportunity to pay my tribute to the legend of South African football, Dr. Khumalo. Deputy Chair, I would like to remind this House that on the 26th of June 1967, in the township of Dube, Soweto, the Khumalo family welcomed the baby boy to the world and named him Theophilus Dr. Sim Khumalo. True to his name, he grew up to become a doctor, not in medicine, but a doctor of football and a master healer of the spirits of our supporters across the nation. Today, I extend our deepest gratitude and admiration to Dr. Khumalo, not only as the greatest footballer South Africa has ever produced, but a true icon whose legacy continues to generations. Dr. Khumalo's journey on the pitch captivated the nation and earned him a global respect. To have his extraordinary talent recognized by none other than the legendary Diego Maradona, who personally witnessed his brilliance on the soccer field, speaks volume about the indelible mark he had left on the world stage. For Dr. Khumalo to receive an ordinary doctorate from Tshwane University of Technology is a fitting tribute to the life defined by excellence, passion, and national pride. Dr. Khumalo has shown us that greatness transcends sport. It is found in leadership, humility, and the power to inspire others to dream beyond limitations. Want to thank you, Dr. Khumalo, for inspiring hopes for a nation with grace, for breaking barriers, and for reminding us all what it means to truly shine. Your legacy will forever be remembered and celebrated. Deputy Chair, I request that part of the report not read be considered as read, and therefore will only focus on the agreed findings. At the conclusion of the Assembly, the Chairperson, Andrew Bailey, presented the following agreed findings from the 25 members attending the Assembly. 1, environmental protection. That delegates reaffirmed that Antarctica must remain a natural reserve devoted to peace and science. 2, climate agency. Discussion highlighted divergence between scientific findings and the world economic response, specifically regarding ice mass loss and sea level rise. 3, tourism management. Findings noted the necessity of managing increasing commercial pressure and tourism with the environmental importance of Antarctica. 4, myth busting. A core finding was the need to combat false narratives, such as the incorrect claim that Antarctica Treaty, Honorable Mabilo, and its environmental protocol will expire in 2048. There's nothing like that. And the last one, Chair, the geopolitical stability. The Assembly found that despite shifts in the geopolitical landscape, the Atlantic Treaty System remains the most robust framework for governance. With those, Chair, I request that the report be adopted. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mabilo. Without disturbing the House, thank you. Honorable delegates, that was a report from the Honorable Modise. Now, I put the question to the House that the report be adopted, but before we proceed to voting, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their declarations in terms of Rule 86 for a maximum of 3 minutes. Are there any provinces that would like to make a declaration? I don't see any hands. We shall then proceed to voting. I will allow the heads of delegations to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. I start with the Eastern Cape.
Deputy Chair and honorable members, the Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Free State.
Deputy Chairperson, the Free State votes in favor.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chairperson, the province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Deputy Chair, the province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Makwele. Mpumalanga.
Honorable Chair, Mpumalanga Province vote in favor.
Thank you, Honorable Sibande. Northern Cape.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chair. We are in favor of the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Northwest.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairperson. We are in support of this
Thank you,
report.
Honorable Sitole. Western Cape.
Chair, the Western Cape will support.
Thank you very much. The voting is now closed, honorable delegates, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor. Therefore, I declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we now proceed to the 22nd order. That is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Security and Justice on the oversight visit to the Free State Province from the 21st to 24th of October 2025. The report dated 25th February 2026 and ATC'd on the same day. And I now call upon the Advocate Nkosi Nokonyana, Committee Whip of the Select Committee on Security and Justice, to present his report for 10 minutes.
Deputy Chairperson and honorable members, fellow South Africans, good evening. I rise on behalf of the Select Committee, and it is my singular honor and privilege indeed to present this report on behalf of the committee, because on that day, our honorable chair, Mananiso, was attending the 151 IPU assembly, and I was therefore instructed to lead the delegation. Chair, the committee conducted the oversight visit to the Free State Province from the 21st to the 24th of October, 2025. The oversight visit included overseeing cross-border crime, rural crime and stock theft, as well as the implementation of the rural safety strategy in the Free State Province. In addition, the committee conducted oversight over one-stop border post redevelopment plan and the functioning of the Border Management Authority at the Maseru border post. The committee visited Mangaung Child Justice Center, as well as several police stations and magistrates' courts in the province. Committee also visited Tempe military base of the South African National Defence Force and the Home Affairs offices in Putatichaba. The oversight visit included community engagement to strengthen the cooperation between civil society, the municipality, community policing forums, and police, as well as the direct engagement with the Department of Works, Department of Works, DPWI, representatives in various infrastructure challenges in the province. I must state from the very onset, Chair and honorable members, to thank the delegation that was coming from all the provinces across all political parties and for the work that they conducted, as well as, of course, the staff that was led by our Secretary, Mr. Dexon, for the support they provided us. On the day one, Chair and honorable members, we had to visit Park Station, police station rather, and the Select Committee received a briefing from the provincial and station commissioners, and thereafter conducted a walkabout to the facilities. And these were the key challenges which I'm going to summarize: the lack of access control, creating a serious security risk, particularly at night, and long overdue refurbishment project. It was initiated as far back as 2016 with a budget of 51 million rand, which remain incomplete nearly a decade later. And then the issue of community police forum and being assisted with the stipend due to lack of funds and resources. And the committee, in its observation, of course, had to regard the following issues, which are set out in the report: the SAPS owing funds to the public works and infrastructure, and the Development Bank of South Africa, the funding of community police forum, illicit mining. And on this, I want to pause to indicate that the provincial commissioner indicated that Free State used to have a problem with illicit mining. And in 2019, the province introduced the project Operation Knockout to address illicit mining. However, when the Operation Valam Gode was implemented, the province started to split its operation between Velcom. There was the issue, of course, of rural safety implementation. And the provincial commissioner indicated that Free State held a summit, and the resolution undertook to capacitate the members in respect of resources such as vehicles. She indicated that the rural safety is very expensive due to the challenges of poor road infrastructure around the farms and stock theft. SAPS managed to procure 2 land cruisers during the financial year to address stock theft, and farm attacks and stock theft are reducing monthly with the assistance of rural community. And we did actually conduct an oversight, but we were actually very impressed by what the police themselves did. They constructed what they called a wall of remembrance. And these members themselves, members of the police service, were building a wall of remembrance to commemorate the members of the South African Police Service that have fallen on duty. And on the question of Mangaung Justice Center Chair and honorable members, the committee visited that center and received a briefing on the constraint caused by ongoing renovation at the Wingi Terenko Secure Care Facility, which began in February 2025. These renovations have forced police to transport child detainees to distance facilities in Tabo, Mufutanyana, and Matete matches, placing further strain on limited resources. The number of children appearing at the Mangaung One-Stop Central Justice Center has decreased, and this impacts on functioning of the center, which results in trials only being conducted only on Mondays. And we did actually set out the recommendations, which I dare not repeat here. And then the issue of Tempe Military Infantry Base. And the committee visited this base to assess staffing, equipment, and military infrastructure as part of the committee broader focus on national security. Many things that we found, we also found that there is an issue of funding, which has been already indicated. There's also an issue of subcontracting to foreign nationals, where they outsource certain tasks. It was alleged that South African businesses owners bring foreigners who use other people's identity documents. And then, of course, we did set out the recommendation. On day 2, Chair, we had to visit, we had a meeting with Border Management Authority, South African Police Services, and Maseru Border Bridge Border Post at Lady Brand Town Hall. And the purpose of the presentation was to brief the Select Committee on the current border security situation and operational realities in the Free State Lesotho border area. Stop theft in the region of the border between Free State Province and Kingdom of Lesotho was presented as an ongoing challenge through the years. And of course, the committee had some interaction on that. And on our observation, Chair, we observed that the vehicles and pedestrian entry processes, including scanning, searches, and baggage searches were conducted. And Port can process 18,000 vehicles on a daily basis, but only 14 functional computers and ongoing network challenges were there, etc. But again, we also noticed, Chair, that some school children from Lesotho were coming freely in South Africa, actually being checked on a daily basis. And we also, Chair, had to, because of the time, also to deal with other issues. But on the day 3, we had to visit Putati Chaba, Department of Home Affairs, and also notice some challenges there, such as load shedding and reduction. And the office has installed a solar system and backup generator, water supply shortage. The office is in the process of installing boreholes. Offices are being supplied with JoJo tanks, mobile offices networks, and dual networks with Vodacom, etc. And on the last day, Chair, we had to visit the construction of a new police station there. That is Tiame Police Station, Chair. The contractor there, again, it was started in 2022. The subcontractor had completed their roles, and there's the project delays, as we can see, as well as...
Thank you very much, Nkosi Nokonyana, for that report.
Oh, thank you, sir. We commend then, honorable members, that this House supports this report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted, but I shall now allow provinces to make declarations if they so wish in terms of Rule 86 Are there any provinces that would like to make declarations? I don't see any hands, so we shall move on to the voting. And heads of delegations are requested to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. I'll start with the Western Cape.
Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you. Northwest.
Northwest will support, Chair.
Thank you. Northern Cape.
Chair, we are in favor of the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mpumalanga.
Honorable Chair, Mpumalanga will support.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Thanks, House Chair. Limpopo Province support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. North KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal will support.
Thank you very much. Gauteng.
Deputy Chair, Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. Free State.
Chairperson, the Free State supports.
Thank you. Eastern Cape.
Chairperson, honorable members, the Eastern Cape supports, obviously, the report. Where's Fanny?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, Chair.
Do you support Honorable Feni?
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. On behalf of Ipondole Ngwele, Chair, siyayinqena report.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable members, the voting is now closed. Yes, Honorable Nonkonyana, you can't support your own report. Thank you very much. Honorable members, I can announce that all provinces supported the report, and I therefore declare the report adopted in terms of Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to the 23rd order, and that is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Education, Science and Creative Industries, following the oversight visit to the Eastern Cape Province from the 20th to the 24th of October 2025, dated the 2nd of December 2025. It was ATC'd on the 15th of December 2025. I will now call upon the Honorable Feni, who is the chairperson of the Select Committee on Education, Sciences and Creative Industries, to present his report. And I see he's on the virtual platform. He's got 10 minutes. Honorable Feni.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me take this opportunity to greet honorable members in the August House, members of the delegate of provinces. Let me take this opportunity, Honorable Chair, to present and submit the report for adoption by the House. The report, which was Chair, culminated from the oversight that we undertook as a Select Committee on Education Collective, Chair, from the 20th to the 24th of October 2025. Indeed, Chair, we were in the in the province of the Eastern Cape. We started on the Amatole, Chair, Western region, Chair, and then we moved to Nelson Mandela Metro. Chair, what we can highlight is that on our findings, things were not, good as we expected, Chair. However, there are those things that are in the progress of improvement. Not everything, Chair, is in total chaos. Chair, during the visit, we inspected schools, sports facilities, cultural institutions across the, as I've already highlighted, Amatole West and Nelson Mandela. The Eastern Cape faces a massive massive school infrastructure backlog, estimated at around about 72 billion, while only receiving a budget of around about 1.9 annually. It tells you that it is not enough. Chairperson, but a lot of work is needed to be done. At this pace, Chair, the backlog will not be resolved within the next decade. There are still 496 smart schools and 427 schools using unsafe pit latrines. Only 124 schools that are planned for upgrades in this financial year. The situation is seriously worsened by poor planning and inefficient spending. In the 2023-24 financial year, the department have spent 99% of its budget, but achieved only 10% of its infrastructural targets. In Amatole West, many schools lack running water and rely on rainwater or purchased supplies. This affects sanitation, learning and school and poor school nutrition infrastructure. In Nelson Mandela Bay, schools face high level of burglary. There is a serious vandalism on operational schools, Chair, and some facilities, such as Greenville Primary. This is a school in the northern areas, the so-called colored areas. Their situation is very, very bad. A serious intervention is needed. However, Chair, I must highlight that we appreciate the response from the office of the minister in terms of trying to come closer to what we have found in the process, Chair. Sports and cultural infrastructure also suffer from vandalism and neglect, including severe damages to very expensive facilities that were built and historically. One of those is a Red Location Museum, a historical museum, Chair, that constitutes the history of Nelson Mandela. The struggle history of that area, it is constituted, but today we cannot say anything about that. However, Chair, to address these challenges, we highlighted that the committee recommends stronger accountability, improve infrastructure planning, quarterly reporting, urgent provisions of water to schools, expansion of learner support programs, accelerated eradication of pit latrines, and stronger community involvement in protecting facilities. Honorable Chairperson, we must act decisively to ensure that every learner studies in a safe, dignified environment. The committee chair will continue to monitor and exercise an oversight in ensuring that there is a progress, Chair. This is the report that we are submitting for adoption. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Feni, for your report. Honorable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted. But before we do so, I shall allow provinces to make declarations in terms of Rule 86 for 3 minutes. Any province would like to make a declaration? I don't see any hands. We shall then move to the voting on the question. And now I call upon heads of delegations to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. We'll start with the Western Cape.
Western Cape will support, Chair.
Thank you. Northwest.
Northwest will support the report, sir.
Thank you. Northern Cape.
Thank you, Chair. We are agreed to do the report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Mpumalanga supports.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Thanks, House Chair or Deputy Chairs. The province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal will vote in support.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. Free State.
Thank you, Chair. The Free State supports this report.
Thank you. Eastern Cape.
Chair, the Deputy Chair, Eastern Cape supports the report. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor, and therefore the report is adopted in terms of Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, we now proceed to the 24th order, and that is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Education, Sciences and Creative Industries following the oversight visit to the Limpopo province from the 2nd to the 6th of February 2026, dated 24th March 2026. And it was ATC'd on the 30th of April 2026. I once again call upon the Honorable Feni, the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Education, Sciences and Creative Industries, to present the committee report for 10 minutes. Honorable Feni.
Thank you once again, Chairperson, for allowing me again for this opportunity to once again make a presentation of this report for adoption and submit it to the August House Chair for consideration for adoption. Indeed, Chair, the committee Select Committee on Education, Science and Creative Industries Chair embarked once again on an oversight, Chair, in the province of Limpopo from the 2nd to the 6th of February, focusing on infrastructure development in schools, sports, arts, and culture. Indeed, Chair, we have identified, Chair, also in the province of Limpopo, some serious challenges that are indeed facing our people, Chair, our learners in that province. Shortage of 1,300 classrooms, 2,300 grade R classrooms backlog, 150 schools without water, 2 schools without electricity, 347 schools need major repairs, 7,200 grade R toilets outstanding, estimated backlog cost an amount of 4.1 billion. Poor compliance with school nutrition, storage, and cooking standards. 72,000 undocumented learners. This is constituted indeed, Chair, by the question of borders that we are sharing with neighboring countries. It does affect a lot, Chair, in these challenges, because some of them, they don't even need to, they just cross they just jump the fence and then they are in South Africa, they are getting their services. I think border management, Chair, and then they need also to look into this. ECD funding, 142,000 out of 182,000 children, which constitute, Chair, daily 24 rand per learner per day. 76,000 learners benefit from transport, but reliable transport is poor. As we have seen, one of the example of one of the service providers was using a van to ferry kids, which is not a good state of affairs. 9 rape cases, educators were involved, and 16 of educators that were involved, and 16 sexual assault cases. All of those, Chair, were reported. We are still trying to follow we are still trying we encourage the department to follow on these individual cases, Chair, so that they can arrive at its conclusion. 333 learners, Chair, were discovered to be were reported to be pregnant on different schools. Our recommendation as a committee chair, we raised the issue of looking around the question of improving accountability and consequent management, because all of this thing is contributed by the lack or absence of consequent management, and there is no accountability on everything that is being done. Quarterly reports on infrastructural project, urgent appointment of health and safety officers, strengthen psychological, psychosocial support for affected learners in the form of counseling, improved grade R facilities, sport infrastructure findings, facilities in Moja Lakwena Park, amphitheater is in a very bad state. It therefore needs a serious attention. 34 million Moshate Stadium project, largely non-functional. It is just the water. It is just the money that was like thrown away in the street. Municipality must submit investigation reports. Municipality was non-cooperational for the first time in our oversight. We find that the mayor and the officials were totally and against any form of accountability to the committee. We are submitting that this must further be followed. A lot is happening, Chair, in that municipality. Review municipal funding model for maintenance. Chair, we are submitting this report and also in appealing that it must be supported by the committee, by the council. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Finney, for your report. Honorable delegates, we shall now proceed to voting, but before we do so, we will allow provinces to make declarations if they so wish in terms of Rule 86 for a maximum of 3 minutes. Any province that would like to make a declaration? I don't see any hands. Then we shall proceed to the voting. And I call upon the heads of delegations to cast their votes either in favor, against, or abstain. Start with the Eastern Cape.
Deputy Chair, the Eastern Cape supports the report.
Thank you. Free State.
The Free State supports, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chair, the province of KwaZulu-Natal supports the report.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. The province of Limpopo support the report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. The province of Mpumalanga support the report.
Thank you. Northern Cape.
Thank you, Chair. We are in favor of the report. Thank you.
Thank you. Northwest.
Thank you, Chair. We are in favor.
Thank you very much. Western Cape.
Ondervoorsitter, die Wes-Kaap sal ondersteun.
Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you. Honorable delegates, we now proceed to the 25th order, and that is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Social Services on the oversight visit to the Free State Province held between the 25th and 26th of March 2026, dated 7th of May 2026, and ATC'd on the 11th of May 2026. I now call upon the Honorable Finis, Chairperson of the Select Committee on Social Services, to present the committee report for 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair. Honorable Deputy Chair, esteemed honorable members of the National Council of Provinces. As the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Social Services, I am pleased to present a summary of our oversight visit to the Free State Province The visit undertaken as part of the 7th Parliament's Oversight Priority Plan, focusing on infrastructure, aimed to assess the state of public health facilities in Mangaung, aligning with the National Infrastructure Plan and the National Development Plan. Our focus during this visit was comprehensive, encompassing health facility requirements, project management, maintenance, expenditure of conditional grants, and the implications of infrastructure challenges on quality health services. We specifically examined the Gateway Clinic, Free State Emergency Medical Services, Heidedal Community Health Center, Mangaung University Community Partnership Program, Community Health Center, Mabana Pameng Clinic, National District Hospital, Universitas District Hospital, and Plenary Regional Hospital. Key findings and challenges across facilities. Across the visited sites, a consistent pattern of challenges emerged, significantly impacting the delivery of quality health care. Infrastructure decay and maintenance backlogs. Many facilities, including Mabana Pamhameng Clinic, Heidedal CHC, National District Hospital, and Universities Academic Hospital, suffer from severe structural damages, dilapidated buildings, inadequate ventilation, and persistent issues with roofing, plumbing, and sanitation. The National District Hospital, over 100 years old, exemplifies this with ongoing fire damage, water tank leaks, and asbestos concerns. The Universitas Academic Hospital, a premier training institution, also faces non-functional HVAC systems and severe water leaks. Critical human resource shortages, a pervasive shortages of clinical and support staff, including doctors, nurses, artisans, and cleaners, was identified at nearly all facilities, such as Heidedal CHC, MUCPP CHC, MPC, as well as the National District Hospital and Universities Academic Hospital. This leads to increased workloads, delayed services, and compromised patient care. Delayed overtime payments further exacerbate staff moral and retention issues. Operational constraints and service delivery impacts, overcrowding, long patient waiting times, exceeding 3 hours at the MP clinic, and 133 minutes at the Universitas pharmacies, and reduced operating hours are direct consequences of infrastructure and staffing deficits. Equipment shortages such as obsolete dental chairs at Heidedal, CHC, and malfunctioning of medical equipment at the Universitas Hospital further hinder service provision. Supply chain and financial management issues. Facilities experience recurring medical stockouts due to provincial depot challenges and delayed payments to suppliers by the Free State Department of Health. This directly impacts medicine availability, with MUCPP-CHC reporting medicine availability as low as 77% in the previous quarter. Inadequate financial cushioning was noted at MP Clinic, having utilized 100% of its budget. Emergency medical services, deficiencies, and accurate shortage of EMS vehicles in the province leads to prolonged response times, especially in rural areas. The absence of medical services and the reliance on long-distance patient transfers highlight a critical gap in emergency care. The government's garage failure to adhere to service-level agreements regarding vehicle maintenance further complicates matters. Project management lapses, the prolonged construction of the maternity facility at the Naomi Regional Hospital involves two contractors who failed to complete the project despite budget exhaustion, underscores significant project management challenges, record-keeping inefficiencies, inadequate and non-digitized patient record systems persist at facilities like Gateway Clinic and National District Hospital, contributing to long waiting times and potential data loss. The recommendations as well as the way forward from the committee side is based on our engagement and observations. The committee has made specific recommendations for each facility. Overall, the Free State Department of Health is urged to submit a detailed remedial report providing a comprehensive report within 1 month, outlining strategies to address institution-specific issues at each visited facility, prioritize human resources, intensify infrastructure revitalization, prioritize the revitalization and maintenance of each health facility infrastructure, closely monitor the progress of projects like the Naomi Hospital Maternity Ward, and address the significant backlog in repairs and upgrades. Strengthen governance structures, ensure that governance structures are functional and effective across all health facilities. Enhance EMS capacity to significant...
Honorable Phoenix, can I just ask you to pause for a moment? Could IT please assist us with whichever member that's got their microphones on, please? Thank you. You may continue, Honorable Member.
And enhance EMS capacity, significantly strengthen the capacity and resources of the EMS, including the procurement and swift distribution of vehicles, recruitment of professionals, and investigation of cost-effective aeromedical services. The Select Committee on Social Services will continue to engage with the Provincial Department and conduct oversight to ensure that these critical issues are addressed, ultimately improving the quality and accessibility of healthcare for the people of the Free State. I therefore table this report for consideration. I thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Phoenix. Thank you for that report. Honorable delegates, I'd like to welcome to the House the Honorable Ryder, House Chair. Thank you very much for joining us again. We did announce your apology earlier today. Thank you. Honorable delegates, we now put the question, and the question is the report to be adopted. Before proceeding, we will allow provinces an opportunity to make declarations in terms of Rule 86 for 3 minutes. Are there any declarations? I don't see any hands, so we shall put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted, and I call upon heads of delegations to indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. Start again with the Eastern Cape.
Deputy Chair, the Eastern Cape votes in favor.
Thank you. Free State.
Thank you, Chair. Free State votes in favor.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng votes in favor.
Thank you, Honorable Mananiso. KwaZulu-Natal.
Deputy Chairperson, the province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Thanks, Deputy Chair. Province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Honorable Makwele. Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. Mpumalanga vote in favor.
Thank you. Northern Cape.
Thank you, Chair. We are in favor of the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mobilo. Northwest.
As Northwest, we vote in favor.
Thank you, Honorable Sitole. Western Cape.
Western Cape supports, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Baden-West. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor, and therefore I declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, we now move to the final order for the day, and that is the 26th order, that is a consideration of the report of the Select Committee on Social Services on the oversight visit to Northern Cape Province, dated the 11th of March 2026, and 80 seat on the 11th of March 2026. I now call upon once again the Honorable Finis, the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Social Services, to present the report for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chairperson. The oversight was in November 2025. So as the Chairperson of the Select Committee on Social Services, I stand before you to present this oversight report to the Northern Cape Province. Our comprehensive review encompasses health facility requirements, project management, maintenance, the expenditure of conditional grants, and the profound implications of infrastructural challenges on the provision of quality healthcare services. We visited a range of Department of Health sites, including Robert Mangolisa Sebukwe Hospital, Beacon Field Clinic, the new Mental Health Hospital, Rangeville Clinic, Kuruman Hospital, Daniel Scale Clinic, and Delportshoef Clinic, spanning both Kimberley and Kuruman. Overall context, health infrastructure in the Northern Cape. The Northern Cape Department of Health faces the concurrent mandate of public health care provision with a budget for the health facility revitalization grant increasing from 437 million rand in 2024-2025 to 527 million in 2025-2026. This reflects a commitment to investing in existing infrastructure to improve the quality of care. However, as our findings will illustrate, significant challenges persist in translating these allocations in fully functional and efficient health environments. Key findings and challenges across the facilities. A recurring theme throughout our visit was the stark reality of aging infrastructure exacerbated by human resource shortages and logistical inefficiencies. Allow me to highlight some cross-cutting issues: dilapidated infrastructure and maintenance backlogs, critical human resource deficiencies, inadequate security and safety measures, water and power supply instability, inefficient record-keeping systems, logistical and supply chain bottlenecks, overcrowding and service delivery strains. Our specific facility observations: the Robert Mangolisa Sebukwe Hospital, while attempting to adapt HPRS, it faces severe infrastructure deficiencies leading to the closure and relocation of core services like laundry and pharmacy. The extreme shortages of nurses in postnatal care and high teenage pregnancy rates contributing to costly procedures are significant concerns. Beaconsfield Clinic, a historic building with cracks and cramped filing space, lacking a backup generator and facing chronic water issues. New Mental Hospital, a state-of-the-art facility yet underutilized due to human resource shortages. The absence of a halfway house in the province is a notable gap in mental health provision. Shwanga Ragano Hospital, this large rural district hospital built in 1926 suffers from dilapidated sections, overcrowding in casualty and an unoccupied 40-bed ward due to staff shortages underscore the operational challenges. Water quality issues also affect equipment. The Rangeville Clinic, an old municipal building operated by the provincial department, it struggles with manual records, staff shortages, long waiting times, and a lack of essential infrastructure like backup power plant and water tanks. The Kuruman Hospital, despite plans for upgrading to a regional hospital, it is currently too small, leading to severe overcrowding. The observation of mothers and infants sleeping on the floor is a great concern, indicative of the systematic pressures. The Daniel Scale Clinic, situated in Paperi, It struggles with emergency medicine orders, patient privacy due to its small size, and a critical shortage of advanced life support for ambulances. Public concerns included inadequate administration staff, non-functional reporting systems, and alleged loss of lives due to EMS inefficiency. The Albert's Hope Clinic, while reporting no major infrastructure challenges, it faces staff shortages across the board, impacting its ability to provide comprehensive services. Our recommendations as the committee has formulated a series of recommendations, both overarching for the Northern Cape Department of Health and specific to each facilities. Key among these areas are infrastructure, revitalization, human resource strategy, modernized system, improve logistics and supply chain, strengthen governance and accountability, patient-centric care, community engagement. The Select Committee on Social Services will continue to do oversight. We require the Northern Cape Department of Health to submit a detailed report plan within 14 working days, followed by quarterly progress reports on the implementation of these recommendations, including clear timelines. We must collectively ensure that the constitutional right to access to quality healthcare is not merely an inspiration, but a tangible reality for all citizens of the Northern Cape. The health and dignity of our people depend on our decisive action. I hereby table this report for consideration. I thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Finis. Honorable delegates and Honorable Finis, Chairperson, I would just like to inform the House that the table staff has checked the date of the visit, and that will be verified and corrected in the minutes. Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, I now put the question, and the question is that the report be adopted. Before I proceed, I'll allow provinces the opportunity to make declarations in terms of Rule 86, if they so wish, for 3 minutes. Any province like to make a declaration? I don't see any hands. We shall now proceed to the voting on the question, and I now call upon provinces to vote either in favor, against, or abstain. Heads of delegations, start with the Eastern Cape.
Deputy Chair and honorable members, the Eastern Cape votes in favor of the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Free State.
Dankie ondervoorsitter, die Vrystaat stem ten gunste van die verslag.
Dankie. Gauteng. I don't disturb the House.
Thank you, Chairperson. Gauteng supports the report.
Thank you. KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you, Deputy Chair. The province of KwaZulu-Natal votes in favor.
Thank you. Limpopo.
Thanks, Chair. The province of Limpopo vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mpumalanga.
Achtbaar, die rapport is eindelijk ons stem ja.
Dankie. Mpumalanga. Northern Cape.
Thank you, Chair. Count us in. The Northern Cape vote in favor.
Thank you. Northwest.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. As Northwest, we vote in favor.
Thank you. Western Cape.
Thank you, Chair. The Western Cape will support.
Thank you very much. Honorable delegates, the voting is now closed, and I can report that all 9 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in terms of Section 65 of the Constitution. Honorable delegates, I would like to mention that there were 18 members on the virtual platform, and I want to thank them for attending. And I also want to report, honorable delegates, that concludes the business of the day. I would like to thank all permanent delegates, MECs, all special delegates, and SALGA representatives for availing themselves in the House, and also the special delegate from KwaZulu-Natal, the Honorable Fraser. Thank you for being here with us. Always appreciate your presence. Honorable delegates, the House is now adjourned. Thank you very much.
Recording stopped.
Thank you.